Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wicked Art. It's Wicked here, and it's Fun Draw Friday. So we are gonna draw Gambit since I put up the poll, and he is the one that won out. Okay, so we're gonna draw Gambit. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna kind of come in and start with our head. So I'm just gonna get kind of like a base ear shape going. And since I'm here, we're just going to go ahead and put in details. And let's get one more line right there. And the reason why I wanted to do that was now it'll help me get a good start to my jawline. Then I can come back here and come up to my head. Let's kind of round it. Maybe not go so high. Let's stop like right there and start curving that around. Okay, and come back down this way. Again, I want my jaw to come down. Here, this will make it easier if I kind of come from here. Go ahead and get his cheek space with the way his costume covers it up. I can keep a more even line going down. We'll go over with the chin. We'll kind of take that back. I want to go about as high as the cheek on that. Take that back to the head. Like that there. Maybe come up. Okay, so let's come down around the chin. Just kind of round it up a little. And then we'll go out. Right here. So take that up. Kind of turn this way. Down the forehead. Take that out. So I'm going to erase this back just so I can work the hair and stuff in later. I'm going to take that back. Right in there. Okay. So now that I have those things in place, I can come in here and start working on the face a little bit. Just sometimes just depends on my mood whether I want to do a full construction breakdown. I don't always need to do it, but sometimes it can be helpful. It just depends on the character and what I'm drawing. I kind of take this back up. One little line work like here and there just to kind of help define the nose a little bit. So like right in here, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull out the eyebrow. Okay, and then right in there, I want to really showcase the eyes just because he's got those cool like red eyes in the middle, and then they're all black. On the outside. So again, I kind of turn the eyebrows that way. Take them down. And again, we'll kind of draw out the shape. So just make sure we get those nice and even. I want it to kind of look like he's got that little Gambit smirk on his face. So let's try to work that in. Like that. Let's maybe bring that jawline down somewhere in the middle, right here. Let's see, let's kind of trail this up. Try to even things out. So we want chin to kind of go here. Like that. Okay, then we got our neck. I'm going to take that down. For a coat. And then we'll take the top part with the collar. And take that down into there and come out. And then we'll just have it kind of turn on itself that way. Let's go ahead and get the other side. That neck here. That way we can build out the other side of the coat. Okay, we'll turn that down. Come out across the chest. A little piece of it come out here. Alright, and then I want, it's got like this separation just before his chest that kind of goes around the neck area. And then that of course comes down into his chest. I don't want to connect too much. So let's kind of run that down that way. Let's make sure we get separation. Okay. Then we'll start drawing in the rest of his body here. Just kind of loosely sketching out the muscles here. Kind of bring a line down here to start the next set. Kind of run that off the bottom of the chest. So again, we're just keeping it nice and loose. Again, we can kind of work in the shape of the chest a little bit more. And just kind of keep building things out. We'll probably make some adjustments, some things, because like I keep looking over here at this cheek. It's really bothering me. Might be a little better, but we'll fix it as we go. Okay, so let's get this piece of jacket out. Just kind of sketch in some card shapes here real quick, just so I can get an idea where I want to put my hands. So let's kind of run our fingers out. Let's get that first finger. It's going to be holding it. And let's clean that up like that. Like a slight curve here. And then we can have this hand. This one can kind of curve first. Come down. And come right next to this other one. Need to kind of define the knuckles a little bit. Let's bring the cards down some more. Come out that way. We can have this one kind of poke out. bottom. Like that. And then since 1, 2, 3, so we just need another finger. Just kind of turn in this way. Come down. And then we just need to kind of work in the finger shapes that way. Now the gloves themselves are fingerless, right? So I'm going to see the nails on his fingers on this one. And then the rest are covered, you know, by the glove. So we can kind of draw our hand shape out. Get a little right in here. Kind of work around. I'm trying to get the coat sleeve here. Just trying to think of a good place to start. It's going to go this way. Kind of go like that. Now, I just drew on every remaining page left in my sketchbook. Okay, so now let's get in here and make a little heart shape. There and there. Make that an ace. And then do another. Make that one the ace of spades. Like that. Okay, let's see here. So we have that coming down. We'll eventually build our muscle shapes here down to the hips. Okay, I'm gonna get this little X-Men belt in here. And kind of give it some separation. About here. Like that. Okay, and we want to do the same thing kind of like we did with Cyclops last week. We want to give it an inner circle. Okay, and then we want these triangles to come in for our X. Okay, so now I know where this is coming to an end. Kind of have my ab shapes there. We can kind of work back. Make that belt go back. And then put another like waistline here. Kind of shape that out. Have that go under the coat that way. Okay. So now I can have that come out. And kind of shape that at an angle. We have that, and then we could just have where the body starts there. Okay. So now that I have a coat kind of flaring, I want to kind of get the arms of the coat jacket worked in here. So be careful that I don't go too big. Get enough of these wrinkles in here. And we're just going to have to take the arm off the board here. Let's kind of go up with that one. Arm sleeve down. Okay, so we kind of have our arm going off that way. Put some wrinkles in there. Let's see, we kind of trying to think of some ways to fill in these gaps in here. Let's continue our coat back that way. Okay. Now, let's come up here. And we're going to add in his quarterstaff. Let's add a little unique design to it. Okay, let's come down with the coat. And kind of go like it's blowing in the wind type thing. Again, we're just going to have to kind of run off the page a little bit there. Okay, so let's come in here. Try to work in some more details. Alright, so let's get that hair worked in now. I'm gonna take that back. Got our headband in there. Got that line. And kind of come forward a little bit. Let's put a few more, or at least one extra strand here. Now I'm gonna try to keep things even, so I'm not gonna, go all the way around one direction. I'm gonna keep it even by going back and forth. And again, just gonna kind of switch back and forth. Keep things as even as I possibly can. Good setting off point right here. Trying to find some places to put some extra lines. Get that hair feel in there. Kind of go that way, give them more like a punk look. Some little eye details right there. Okay, and then we want to give that illusion of empowering the cards up, using as powers. I'm going to kind of hit up the edge a little bit. And I want to put like a few little like holes through it just so it gives the illusion that it's just kind of like going around it kind of deal. Go like that. And we can put a few extra little charged particles coming off of it. Like that. Okay, and then kind of wrap another little bit of it around that way. And now I can come in with my ink pen. Okay. And start working on my line work here. And we're just gonna work on some of these areas. Just working on my line weight, so like I'm thickening up certain areas down towards the bottom. Maybe add in more detail in certain spots, but for the most part, just lighting up what needs to be lit up. And we can put in a few little line works here and there on the belt, just to kind of give it a little bit of texture. Like on these little gap in betweens. I want to kind of thicken those up just to show that deepness in the shadow. Okay, I'm back here on the legs. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of do this edge here. And we go a little bit down in here. And now I'm going to make this part of the X black inside of there. let's kind of thicken this outside edge. Get kind of like a metallic lines. Nicks in there. Okay, again, these end edges that are touching, I'll thicken those up. This bottom edge down here, like that. Okay. So now we're going to kind of fill in muscle work on here. All right, and then we'll just work our way through. It's like certain parts where it connects here, gonna thicken those areas up. Maybe leave some gaps. Like that. Okay, same thing here. Maybe round this a little bit more. And here on the fold. Like that. We could add in a few extra lines here. Just give way to shape. Okay, again on these folds. As we hit this underside of the jacket, can thicken that up some more. Okay, I'm just going to keep going through, working on the muscles. And just put the thickness in different spots. Like I said, especially where those folds end up. It's a good place to end up putting it. Again, we can come through different areas here. Put some little line details in there. Just to give the muscle a turn. It doesn't have to be on all of them. Just in certain spots. Okay. So I'm going to continue up and build up the chest some. Again, where this jacket is overlapping, definitely going to thicken up the lines through there. And on this piece that kind of overlaps right at the chest. You put a few hatching lines across it like that. Okay, and then let's come back down in here. A few extra lines right in there. Okay, so we can see it's kind of starting to build out a little bit, right? So other areas where our cape is kind of dripped under, flowing off to the edge of the page. Again, the arm is going to be out over the top of that, so this whole area down here is going to be a whole lot thicker. Some hatches down in those areas. Okay. So now the difficult part's going to be this, the part of the outfit that's mostly black, right? So what we can do is we can go ahead and define certain features. Like this chest area. We can define that out. Right? And then just have specific lines going to different directions. So like down here under the neck, we can thicken that. And I want to kind of keep that true underneath. Chin here to a point. So let's like go down here underneath the chin. Like that. Okay, we can hit up certain spots. Underneath there. Okay, so it kind of helped us build out our shadow work a little bit. And kind of build up right there around the chest. So if you were to color this, this would get kind of like a black tone inside of there. And I just want to get some more neck muscle features. So we can just fill those in and keep going. Probably going to be where the most detail is going to be, just in those black areas, because we just want to make sure they're defined. You know, at least to an extent. Okay, stretch one across. Okay. Alright, so now that we have that build up, let's come here, go ahead and outline our coat collar. Okay. And then I can kind of give it a little bit of an outline here. We can give it its lines right in there. And then we actually do need to give him a shoulder. That probably would be helpful to have. So we're just going to draw that in real quick. And get that corner edge of this jacket here. Okay. Now I can come in, kind of darken certain areas here with the folds. Turn that in. And then again, we can get the inner part of this coat. And kind of hatch that in that way. Continue on with my face here. Let's follow that around. And get to our hair. Just nice simple trace over on that, because when we erase, all the pencil sketchiness will go away. So a simple trace over will do. Let's fill that in nice and dark around the eyes there. Get that nose. And we'll fill it in nice and black around the eyes again. That corner of the mouth, kind of thin that out towards the lips there. Like that. Okay, we can get the ear. Go around that way. And as far as the face goes, you can kind of just hit up this upper layer just so we can show a separation from everything else. Alright, so we'll kind of go down the edge of the chin to a point right here. Okay. Then we can kind of get a thickness right here on the chin and leave a gap. Okay. Then we can kind of come in this way some. And we can leave an edge right in there on the edge of the face. And a little bit more down in here like that. Okay, I can take this in towards the front of the head. Color in that way. And then just simply kind of bring it down like that. Okay. And same thing inside the head here. We can kind of like alternate. And make like these little bands up to the top. And then for this outside piece, leave a little bit right there on the edge. Okay. So we can go around real quick with the hair. I'm just simply just going to trace over those. You don't have to be perfect lines, just because it's okay to have like a sketch kind of look to your hair. Make it look a little bit more frayed. Let's just follow that around. Okay, so I want to bring the coat out a little bit here. Give a little separation. Okay. Now, again, we want to show because the gloves are black, we want to show some of that separation in certain spots. Or the reflectivity, if you will. Now, the parts that are the fingers aren't really going to matter that much. Just because it's open skin, so we don't have to like go crazy. We can give some thickness to certain parts, but we don't want to go super crazy just because our cards are glowing. Okay. So like this area in here. And just fill it in like that. I'm just kind of shaping out the bottom part of the glove on the hand. Okay, and come in here. And just add in some shadow to help. Just give some texture. Then again, we'll just fill in this glove. You can see this is time consuming just because if you want it to look good, you're gonna have to take your time on stuff. So you should never be in a rush. So even if this video is like, 2 hours, which I think we're going on an hour now, and that's just how long it takes. Good art takes time. So if you ever need to and you're feeling like, oh, instead of rushing it, why don't you step away from it, play a video game, go get something to eat, go for a walk, and then come back to it. And you can finish it up then. Okay, so I'm going to get this other finger here. And get a little bit of shadow on the outer edge. Okay, now when I come in here, I'm going to work these cards. And we're just going to hit those up with a thin line. Since they are being charged, won't be so, dense with shadow. A little ace of spades in there. Okay, and then again, I can kind of just go around. And we'll hit up the edge of this charge. Okay, and then once we're done with that, we'll go ahead and hit up the rest of the left side of our image. And I'm going to do, well, after we erase out all the sketchiness, I'm going to do like last week where we kind of just highlighted a few things in color. So I'm going to do the same thing with our boy Gambit here. Okay, so again, I do want to take part of that line on the jacket. Kind of thicken this bottom edge line here just because of the overlap on the coat. Okay, so again, come out and work some of these lines in. Like that. Okay, and work on some of these bottom ones. I'm just thickening these up again just because of the overlap. So it'll be a little bit of a thicker edge. On just where it overlaps at. Okay, so same thing down in here. And on the fold here. Kind of thicken that up. Kind of take this over. And we'll bring that out that way. Okay, so now let's do this pull. Since we're gonna have like a little charge from the card coming from that side, we'll make this side a little bit thicker. We'll do the whole inside a solid black on where it curves in. Like that. And we're almost done here. Okay, so I'll work that in. Again, we'll hatch a few lines in up the pole. Color that midsection in just black. Go around, and that just leaves the outer portion of the jacket here, okay? So let's just color that in. Turn that out. Let's see, let's thicken this up down this line to a certain point. That. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to do those parts that I said. We're going to kind of do like we did with Cyclops. I'm going to do kind of a red on there. And again, so that you don't bleed through your sketchbook onto the next page. It's usually best if you just stick something underneath there. Test out a color. So we're going to color in his eyes red. Again, I'm going to do the X the same. Okay, and then we want to kind of charge his cards with that energy out there. We're going to kind of find a good color tone to go with that. So let's do I'm going to use this. If you have any Uhua markers, I'm using a vivid purple, number 85. So I'm just kind of hitting the circles. And just the outer portion. And honestly, you could choose whatever color you wanted for this. But I'm just using these two colors for now. Like I said, I'm using number 85, a Uhua marker, alcohol marker called Vivid Purple. Okay, and then I'm going to use this Vivid Pink for the inside color. So for like the inner glow. And then for like the letters and the heart and the spade, we're going to do that same glow. And I just made a big oops and went outside, but that'll be okay. I will live. Okay, so we'll just finish coloring that in. Give it a nice charged color. Okay. So now that that's filled in, alright, all that's left is to put your John Hancock on it. And that's going to do it for Fun Draw Friday. Thank y'all for voting and picking Gambit. If you guys have other suggestions of what you want to see, another character, and that's for anything, whether it's the Monday art lessons, the Tiny Tuesdays, the Digital Wednesdays, you just let me know, and we will do that. Alright, so if you liked the video, if you stayed for the whole thing and drew along, you can share your work with me on Twitter. I'd love to see how you did. But yeah, leave me a comment, like, subscribe, share. Appreciate y'all coming down. Hope you had fun. Till next time, keep sketching, and I will see you in the next one, alright? Bye.